The galaxy's most notorious bounty hunter, Boba Fett, knows just how to find his prey. Han Solo and crew are no different when they're in his crosshairs. While allowing his ship, the Slave One, to drift with the garbage dumped by Darth Vader's Super Star Destroyer, the Executor, just before the capital ship jumped to hyperspace. Hey, while you're here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel.
Do it.
And turn on the notification bell to see content as it's released.
Do it.
Han's plan was solid. Detach the Millennium Falcon from the flagship as the garbage was dumped, then travel to his old friend, Lando Calrissian, to make necessary repairs to the hyperdrive. But what Han didn't count on was Boba Fett to have already drawn connections as to the fugitive's whereabouts and direction he was headed. Boba Fett tracked them and watched their trajectory. He figured out that they had no hyperdrive and was able to beat them to their destination with the Imperial army behind him. As Lando lulled the rebels into a false sense of safety, Darth Vader and Boba Fett sprung the trap. Han Solo, Princess Leia, Chewbacca were caught just after C-3PO was blown apart for discovering the trap. So Darth Vader has a nice dinner set up for them, and Han Solo starts shooting right away like a jerk. What happens next has baffled some casual moviegoers. Han Solo is then being tortured in a reverse dentist chair. His screams can be heard in the hall by an unamused Boba Fett. Then it flashes to Chewbacca having a high-pitched noise blared at him in his cell. Chewbacca screams. The sound suddenly stops. The cell door opens and Solo is thrown into the cell. Leia then joins them, and Solo tells her they never even asked him any questions, which is not how torture usually goes. A little pain, then ask questions, more pain, deeper questions. But Han was not asked any questions. Why? And was Leia tortured as well? Han and Chewbacca were never a real threat to the Empire, or so they thought. Han, Leia, and Chewie were a means to get to the real prize, Luke Skywalker. Darth Vader had a second trap set for Luke on Cloud City. Darth Vader knew that torturing the trio was the best way to draw Luke into the trap. Torturing them without question made Luke see their suffering through the Force. He felt their pain and could not concentrate on his teachings. Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Princess Leia were the bait. They didn't understand this because they didn't understand the Force. Their torture was necessary to put that pain into the Force for Luke to sense. But why wasn't Leia tortured? Well, she was. On the first Death Star, Darth Vader tortured her extensively. Remember the first couple interactions Leia had with Vader.
Darth Vader, only you could be so bold.
The Imperial Senate will not sit still for this.
Then compare that to The Empire Strikes Back. She isn't so quick with her tongue, is she? In fact, she stays quiet to Darth Vader when he's present. Her torture in A New Hope was great. However, she didn't break on the Death Star, and that showed her will. This time, Vader sensed her feelings for Han Solo. Her torture was listening to the screams of her beloved. Her sadness put a ripple in the Force and helped alert Luke. In fact, it was most likely the sadness of Luke's sister that carried all the pain to Luke. Even though Darth Vader didn't know they were siblings, neither did Luke, but any amount of torture of his friends would alert him. No questions of Han Solo nor Chewbacca were needed. Darth Vader was not as interested in the rebel base this time. He was fixated on finding Luke Skywalker, his son. It became his obsession. He knew the physical pain and sadness of his friends would bring him to Darth Vader. He was right. I'll do another video another time on why Darth Vader tried to encase Luke in carbonite before telling him the truth of his father. This whole third act in The Empire Strikes Back is among my favorites in all of Star Wars. It not only involves two of my favorite characters, haha, just kidding, these two, but it also shows the connection of beings in the living Force and how it binds all living things. Yoda explains it to Luke during his training, but this exemplifies it really well. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below and tell me your favorite parts of Star Wars. Thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below this video to the right. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and stay safe in this crazy world. May the Force be with you, always.